My goodness. Okay, we'll wait for someone. Hello. Hi, my reborn world. Yes, you're first. Oh, hello, darling. Okay, I want to. Okay, can you see? Ines, I added you as a moderator. Hi, Michelle. Dolls for sale. No, none of the dolls in this video or this live are going to be for sale. We're going to discuss the selling today, ladies. Welcome, everyone. Let's wait for people to come. Just 2 more minutes, guys. I need my coffee. I need to get my papers here ready. Hi, Mary. Hi, Melissa Wicker, Reborn Nursery. Hello. Hi, Danielle. Oh, you made it. It's so late. Coffee is vital. That's right. Okay, ladies. Let me get ready here. Okay, I'm going to put this. Perfection. Okay. Okay, now I see your comments. You will be looking at this girl, guys, because I look like a hot mess today. Arlene, hello. Hello, Liz Hogan. No, it says Reborn dolls for sale. Yeah. Thank you, Ines. Okay, guys. So anyways, I want to thank Ines. She's going to be moderating my live to help me because she's a pro and I'm not really great at live. This is my second live or maybe third one. Thank you so much. And so Ines is going to be helping me today. If I start jumping all over the place, I apologize, guys, but I have my list, so I will try to be on point. Today I'm going to talk about selling, guys, because it's becoming really ongoing problem in this community. Even though I think most of us collectors who have been around, I'm not talking about only about YouTube active ladies out there, because I know we are only one part of this community. So I'm going to talk about selling the Reborn dolls and secondhand market in particular. So why am I prompted to talk about this? As I said, there has been some issues. There has been also some talk in some of my private Reborn groups when it comes to selling and underselling the dolls, especially taking the value down. So I'm going to address that. I would love to hear from all of you ladies who are collectors, and maybe hopefully some artists will stop by and they will put their 2 cents, because I don't know where to stand on this. I agree with both sides. But so let me start here. First topic, guys, it's going to be good deal versus underselling, and what underselling can do to general market when you're selling the doll. So just 2 weeks ago, I was talking to a friend and I was visiting one of my private forums with mostly collectors. There are a few artists over there, and it's been really, really heated discussion over there. People talking about how few sellers or few people, and they actually said that they're on YouTubers, how they are selling or underselling the dolls, and they're basically throwing the market, the selling market, and the prices on that market off, and they're just like disturbing the balance. Now, as a collector myself, I'm not an artist, okay, guys? So I can appreciate a good deal. I'm not saying we should be making all money, and especially on the dolls on secondhand market, but I think, well, some of my friends are selling the dolls right now on eBay, and they really have issues selling the good dolls. and people constantly approaching them and offering them like half price. So let's say they're selling a high end. Now I'm talking about good quality dolls, guys. I'm talking about the dolls that they paid, let's say, around $1,000 for the doll. They had a doll for some certain time. It's in immaculate condition, and they took, let's say, $350 off. So they're selling the doll for $650. These people started approaching them and asking for them to sell the doll for $300 because they've seen one person selling it. Does it mean that everybody is now can sell their dolls for like 70% off, even if we like literally had the doll only for a week? Or some ladies, they had it like, let's say, month or 2 months. Nobody should be expecting every seller to be able to drop the price 50% off. Okay, let me see the comments because I don't know what's happening. Oh, hi Tasha. Hi Brittany Black. Hi Kylie. Hi Ashley. Oh, Christine is there. Hello. Okay, so Danielle, Angels to Treasure, she says, years ago, people used to have a general rule of thumb. Secondhand doll up for sale with 20% off original price. So yeah, I think that's actually, yeah, that's what has been happening. That's what we usually did when pricing the dolls. So now I'm going to continue with the story, guys. Before I completely lose the thread of my mind. Those few people in those groups that I'm talking about, they have been artists, and they were really, really undone because some of their work was sold recently on a secondhand market, and it was sold literally like for few $100. I'm talking about master artists, IORA members, ladies who really have their work priced for over $1,500, and now people are demanding for them to sell their dolls for $500. So I do understand that people need to realize, okay, buying directly from artists is something, is one thing, and buying secondhand is another thing. But I still don't think that the price should be dropped by 70% off. It just really scares me that one day maybe I will need to sell my dolls, and I am used to losing money. I think most of us, we always count. When we get the new doll, we know automatically that we will not be able to recover our cost. We will lose the money. But how much money do we want to lose, guys? That's my question. Because I hate to see people. Oh, there's Shannon. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Renee. Okay, I need to catch up. Oh, my goodness. If I missed anyone, guys, I apologize. I'm just scrolling down these comments now. So I have a story from a few years ago. I used to make jewelry. I don't think that anyone's know that. One of a kind little ones when you get gemstones and you work with wire. And I was selling, I was selling on eBay a little bit, then on Etsy. Then I discovered it's not going to be a business. It's more than a hobby. And I really needed to focus on something that would make me the money, because I just quit the job. I sold the previous company, so I realized I'm not going to be a world-known jewelry artist. But I am still the member of few groups, and I was just catching up with a friend because I met a few nice people in that community, and I still buy from them from time to time. And they were talking about this. This lady was telling this story in this group about their local fair, jewelry making, one of a kind jewelry making artist. And I know it's not dolls, but I think it does apply because this is one of a kind art. And it's priced as a one of a kind art, and it should be one of a kind art, these dolls. So there was this group of sellers who have been selling on that fair forever, for more or less the same prices. the prices were like at the same, in the same level. And then there was one day or at one fair, and then the next one, this lady started coming, and her jewelry was really, really nice. She had few of her own pieces, and she was also selling some of the artists that were present and that on that fair. She was selling these like pieces of jewelry, and she was selling them for 70% off. She was selling them for more than 3/4 of their price off. So nobody, of course, was able to sell at that fair, only that lady. So everybody was wondering, how is she even able to sell the art for that price? She's not making any money, plus she just completely crushed the whole market. With one fair, with one of her sales, she completely like took the market by hand, like nobody was selling. So they were talking to her, and they made her kind of realize that it's not only affecting her sales, she's losing like big time, but also she's making all of these other sellers to lose the money. Now, what happens if this happens in the doll world? I am not for overpricing the dolls. I don't want to pay so much. I don't want to pay thousands of dollars for a Reborn doll. I mean, the prices are crazy. We constantly keep bringing it up, like how the prices are climbing, but also we cannot. I think we need to, how would I say, we need to kind of like remain, or we need to try to work on a balance here to keep like the things balanced, because I don't know, I really don't want to lose like almost everything on the sales of my dolls. And I know that I really take good care of my dolls. Now, I'm not talking about old dolls. What if something happens and I need to sell some of my sold out rare editions or master artist doll? I don't want to sell them for $200. I just don't. I'm sorry. I know that some people may get upset or anything, but I really have a lot of money invested, and I'm sure you guys have tons of money invested in your dolls. Okay, let me catch up here. Oh my goodness, look at that. Okay. Okay. Oh, there's a Sam. Hi, Sam. And I see Tasha there. Let them go buy new from the artist. I stand firm on my prices when selling. Pixie Mommy's Reborn says, I will not devalue my dolls. Yes, absolutely. I agree with that. Yes, of course, when we're selling, as we're not artists, so we're not selling brand new, even though that could be disputable as well, because if you buy a doll and you're not able to bond, guys, how many, like even Tasha had what that Levi, like few days? You had it like five hot minutes. And I would say that baby should have been sold as a new one. I don't know how you sold it or what, it's none of my business, but I'm just saying, guys, sometimes we have the dolls like only for a hot minute and we realize, okay, I'm not bonding. And we already discount these dolls. But I just don't want them to be discounted. He did sell new. Yeah, well, good. Well, yeah, but sometimes, some people could be like sneaky and say, you had the doll, you're not the artist, and I kind of want like $400 down the price. Can you just chop it off? No, we can't, right? Like let's be reasonable here, people. I don't know if you agree with me, ladies. I'm not about making money off the artist's work because I'm a collector, but I also want to keep the value at least a little bit when selling. Yes, okay. I'm completely behind again. Where is Ines? Okay, Ines is saying hi. Okay, Sam brought up a good point about not making prices public. Okay, let me go back there. A very good reason not to not publicly post prices. Yes, I agree. That I've never sold here on YouTube, so I know some people will say it's off-putting because we want to know if the doll is within our price range. But on the other hand, I'm not bothered by private messages. When I'm selling the doll, I'm ready for tons of private messages. So absolutely, I agree. I don't. Some people are against it. I like to keep my business private. I like to keep my buyers' business private. Not everybody wants to flaunt how much money they spend on their dolls, right? Yes, Tasha says, Sam's is right. Business should be conducted privately. There's good reason for that and many reasons. Yes, I absolutely agree with that. Okay, there's Shannon, very true. Yes, I want to just touch up on that maintenance. A lot of people here, a lot of ladies, I know that I'm very diligent about maintenance of my dolls. If I feel like they're getting shiny, I will not sell my doll shiny because I have a certain standard and I don't want people to think, okay, so she's sitting in front of that camera pretending to be this like high-end collector, and then I sell the doll and the doll is shiny. So I pay for maintenance. I'm just sending my Ramsey, who I feel is getting shiny, to get matte varnish because I just don't like it. So I do spend money on shipping and on maintenance. On You have to, of course, nobody's going to work for you for free. So that's involved. So it's not only the price we pay, it's also the maintenance and all that stuff. And I really don't think that none of us here are millionaires here, ladies. Like, I certainly cannot lose 70%. It would make no sense whatsoever. I would just go and buy a cheap doll and then I would probably just give away because I just don't want to lose so much money, guys. I don't. So that's why I thought that I would bring this up, because I saw it's been going on in my groups for weeks. I've been talking to a few friends. I was like, okay, I don't want to sound like attacking anyone or being snobby or anything like that. But I just thought, okay, I want to know what you guys think. What should be the percentage of the price taken off the doll when you're selling? And I know there is millions of factors that come to mind. It's age of the doll, its edition, is it limited edition, is it rooted, of course artist, original retail price that we paid for the doll. But I think that Angels to Treasure, Danielle brought up a good point that usually if we buy a new doll and we're selling it in excellent, like, new condition, it should be 20% off. So I agree with that. I will sell a shiny doll. I don't see anything wrong with that as long as it's disclosed. Yeah, that's true. Well, but Ines, I'm not planning on selling my Julian right now. I'm just, that's my OCD kicking in. So that's actually the reason I'm sending him off. And then I see Shannon, before I take a massive loss on my dolls, I will just keep them. Ines says, the Reborn Doll Collective. Someone known in a community tried to throw their weight around and wanted to buy two of my really expensive dolls for way cheap just because they were now considered secondhand. Not cool. That's what I'm saying. Secondhand doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with the doll. You can get a brand new, perfect, excellent doll from really super expensive artists for a better price. But I just don't think it's fair to expect anyone to sell the doll for like few bucks. It's just not happening. And I think also this will bring down, not only, I'm not, now this doesn't have an impact only on well-known Ayora artists. It has impact even on small guys, the ladies who just started their business or they have been around like only for a year or two. They are just getting into the world of things. So now people won't even pay like $400, and I just don't see the point of selling the dolls for $200 because it's just the time, materials, and everything. So this impacts everyone. This Little Mitten Reborn nursery, says it's really hard for new artists to decide what price to sell their dolls and when to start increasing the price. Yes, I don't know what I would do if I was an artist, how I would price. I would probably do like, it's all about research, guys, and it's all about where the current market stands. I think we all are. We have our moments like when we're proud of our work, and then we have moments when we feel like, ugh, I should get better. So I don't know how new artists do that or how artists price their work. So I'm not going into that. Hi, little Genesis. I just saw you. Yes, if a doll needed maintenance, Pixie Mommy's Reborn says, yes, if a doll needed maintenance, I would give certain percentage off or have the maintenance done and list for higher price. Yes, that's what I do. And then Renee says, I have always taken full daylight and share all details on conditions of the doll when selling. I agree. Yeah, that's a good point. I actually, guys, what you're talking about, either get the maintenance done or take the percentage down, but not again 50% off. It's just, for things like little shine or little magnet. I will get to magnets right like in a few minutes, guys. Other art that sells secondhand doesn't take a big loss. Actually, a collectible art and rare editions, sold out editions in every other art are accumulating on value except of these dolls. So I think we just need to protect the market to somehow stay stable. Okay. Okay, so Random Reborn says, I factor in how long I have had it and if the varnish is fully intact or not. Also, how quickly I want to sell. I have never had discount 20%, but haven't sold all that much. Then Reborn Doll Collective says, Sam, I agree if someone is selling a prototype for 500, 700, that it will hurt what a new artist can sell their dolls for. Absolutely. Yeah, that's my point, guys, okay? Guys, you did it. Please bear in mind, English is my second language, so oh my God, plus I'm nervous, but I'm trying to catch up and kind of like gather my thoughts. But yes, that's a good point, guys, you just made there. If someone is selling the prototype of, and I'm not talking about old prototype, I'm talking about prototype that of a new sculpt or semi-new, the sculpt that is like few months old, for $500. So what a beginner artist can charge for the doll. Everybody will say, well, I'm not going to pay you 450 or 500 or not even 350 if I can get a prototype for 500. That's what I'm saying. It's just the whole balance is off, and I'm not blaming these ladies who have been really undone about it. Ultimately, it's worth what buyer wants to pay. Christine says, I'm not buying a doll again. I've lost trust within this community. I'm on a standstill at the moment. Well, I have certain ladies here in a community I would buy in a second. Unfortunately, my money tree is dry right now. But otherwise, Christine, you know how it goes. You really need to buy from people, that's the safest way. And also to sell people that we know, which kind of makes for a tricky part here. I'm getting there. Does the box opening ever detract from the price on the resale market if it's a sold? Okay, so box opening now. Barry Hamby asked a question. Does the box opening add or detract from the price on the resale market? If it's a sold, it seems the value would be higher than its original price. Yes, but we're talking about reborns, guys, and we know how that goes. There are few super rare sculpts from fabulous artists that we can sell for what we paid for, and I actually sold a doll once that I got more than I paid for. It was super rare kit. The blank kits were sold for like $600-700, and that doll I barely touched that doll. but 99% of time we lose money. We just lose. It's true. Now box opening, I think well, mostly when I sell my dolls, I make clear what is going into box opening. I do not charge for box opening or for outfits. I only charge when I'm selling on secondhand market for a doll. The new blanket, of course, it doesn't matter if it's a used doll or not. I always get a new blanket. I know that all of the ladies they do because it's about our pride. You're not going to sell, especially on YouTube when everybody can see you and people know you. You're not going to sell a doll and send it in dirty, crappy blankets, just right, guys. I think that goes without discussion. And 2 3 outfits a lovey, I think that's like all, but there is no mandatory. Some people, I personally don't care about extras. Some box openings I had were fabulous and luxurious, and some basically I just got the doll. This baby, she came with one outfit, and it was fine with me. I'm focused on my dolls. Of course, getting nice stuff is a nice surprise, but it's not mandatory for me. I don't know. I'm going to see what other people are saying here. Tasha says, Pixie Bobby's Rebels, my money tree is dry too. Yeah, girl. Catherine Ingalls, being fairly new to the community, I will tell you that of the ladies here, there is not one doll that I would doubt the quality. The dolls are beautiful of those I follow. Thank you so much, Catherine. Oh, guys. Well, thank you. That's very sweet of you to say. Christine is scared to buy. Reborn Doll Collective, Ines says, I think the box opening is irrelevant to the price of the doll. I agree, absolutely. I don't care for the stuff. I only care about doll because I have my own taste. Loves me some Reborn babies too. Shannon says, me too. I sold one that I got more than I paid. Only happened once. Yes, yes. And Danielle says, I'd rather just get the baby than extras with which the seller had added price on for. Exactly, guys. Everybody has their own taste. We all have, most of us, bins full of stuff already. I know I'm overwhelmed and I try to sell and I'm still drowning. So I would rather spend that money on buying my own stuff than paying more, just to be honest. I don't even have a problem with getting unassembled kit because I reweight most of my dolls anyways. So that's not an issue for me. Michelle says, I don't care about extras. I'm only interested in a doll. So I think that's like majority of ladies here say. Catherine Ingalls, I would like an option for a box opening if it affects the price. Now I'm going to say address this. I saw that some of the prototype artists who have websites, and now my gosh, what's her name? I forgot her name now. She actually has these options. If you're purchasing a doll from her, you can pick if you want a box opening, then if you want a boutique box opening, or you just want basic outfit and a blanket. And there is a different price for each option. Sam Reborn Dolls says, the gifts that go into box packing, I truly sent as a gift. I don't include that in a price. Probably should. LOL. And Pixie Mommy's Reborn says, yes, box openings would be gift. It's nice to get, but I would not want to pay for it. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's how I feel. And Pixie Mommy Reborn also says, some artists are now charging for box openings. They have premium and deluxe options. And Ashley Martin says, when I sell my dolls, I do purchase a new blanket, a new outfit to go home. Sometimes I purchase a new lobby, but other things are secondhand. I try to pack a box like I like packed. And the Reborn Doll Collective says, the doll is the only thing included in a price. The extras are the customer service gesture. I agree with that because since, okay, few ladies here in the chat, I see they're artists, but most of the ladies, we are only collectors. So I agree, that's the gift. And I think most of us are really trying just to send nice stuff. It doesn't have to be brand new. Probably I see that some ladies, they don't mind secondhand, getting it with a secondhand baby. Doesn't floor babies do that? Probably the box openings you're talking about, right, guys? Uh, they're amazing. SMS from Australia. Now I don't know what that means. Okay, and Danielle Angels to Treasure says, unless it's a seller who knows us, the clothes may not be our taste anyway. So I'd rather not have any and feel uncomfortable whether to sell them or hurt the seller's feelings. Exactly. What to do with stuff we get at the box openings and we don't use. I usually put it away, and if or when I sell a doll, I send it with the doll as originals, or I just gift it. Now, guys, so I think we covered that. I think we all have some general consensus of keeping the balance on, and nobody wants to undersell. None of you guys, which I'm really pleased. And nobody in those groups that I saw the discussion going on at, everybody would agree with you guys. And now I want to talk about recent cases of issues when selling, and that's chargebacks and friends and family. Now, I'm really glad that Inez is here today because she has been experiencing it firsthand, Reborn Doll Collective, my moderator. So I really wanted her to be here so she could correct me, because I'm not, I want to be clear on all facts, but maybe I won't be, so. Okay, let me get my paper here. Okay, so guys, I'm going to just cut right to the point. It's about chargebacks, and it's about PayPal, friends and family. There have been some issues. I've seen people getting really riled up about some people selling with friends and family. Now, why is that? It's not to scam anyone. It's mostly not even to avoid the fees. The fees are part of it. But we all thought that we would be safe from scammers. We would be safe from people buying our doll, us getting paid, sending the doll off, and just ended up without a doll and the money. I have been selling, guys, online on eBay, Etsy, and other platforms for 14 and a half years. And I personally thought that I'm protected by friends and family. It's not, guys. You are as a seller, you are not protected. Which the recent case has been the perfect prime example of that. Now, oh my gosh, where do I have that thing? Let me see. What do you mean by chargeback? Chargebacks is when you pay, and chargebacks originally were designed to protect a customer, to protect a client, the bank client, or the credit card with the bank that you have the credit cards with, financial institutions. They were designed to protect you from the fraud, from multiple chargings. Sometimes bank charge the mortgage twice, all that you're supposed to be covered, or from unexpected or identity theft purchases when someone's using your card, all that stuff. So that's fine. I'm talking about when people unknowingly use chargebacks to get the money back, or maybe not even to scam at first. Sometimes people just, how would I say it? Okay, to push people into doing something, the seller, that they don't want to do, and that was not in the original transaction. It's against the rules of that merchant. Let me catch up here. Reborn Doll Collective says chargebacks are when someone opens a claim with their financial institution to get money back from the merchant. So you basically pay, and you receive your buyer decides that they don't like something, and they're going to open the chargeback, most of the time they win immediately. They are immediately refunded. It's not, banks or credit card companies are not even waiting certain period of time, like it's usually on eBay. It takes some time, so the money is kind of frozen and none of the sides gets the money. With credit card chargeback, the buyer usually gets the money immediately, so they have your item and they have your money. That makes them to have upper hand in transaction, and people misuse that. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. Renee says, I never realized that you could charge friends and family until recently. Sam's Reborn dolls, this is where contract needs to come into play. I know it seems a little bit extra, but it can really help protect a seller in situations like this. Yes, I agree. But then, guys, as a seller, I know even if you don't have anything on a paper or email, it's a verbal contract. When Inez was selling the doll, she was selling it on public platform. We all can see that live there. Inez, if you can maybe link that video, the live here, it would be awesome, because I don't know how to do it right now, and you are so very skilled. So she was saying, she was very clearly making her point, what are the rules of the sale. And I'm going to, she not only she showed the doll, but she also made clear that she's not taking returns. And I want to also point it out that 99% of us sellers here, collectors, or the art, not even artists are going to take your doll back just because you don't like the sculpt. It's none of their problem. It's none of their business. Like, you need to do your research to make sure you will like the doll. And if you're going to buy a doll, there is a rule that we have been repeating, and people before us have been repeating. Ask the question. If you have certain preferences, you need to ask the question prior the purchase. If you have certain preferences and you don't like the matte varnish, if you don't like, I don't know, zip tie on a side, or if you don't like this or that, you need to ask that before you pay. With you paying, you're entering transaction and verbal transaction, because it's like a verbal contract. That means that you agree with seller's terms. And if your seller is not taking refunds, it does not make you like, it's just, I think it's a fraudulent activity, okay guys? I think it's a scam and it's BS. It's a BS. If I once say as a seller, I'm not taking returns, it's not because I'm going to sell you a different doll that I'm advertising. It makes no sense, especially for people who are here on a public platform. We show our faces, we talk about our lives, you know us. We have certain name, we don't want to be pointed fingers at, so we work twice as hard when selling something. At least I know I do, and I know most of people I know, the ladies out there, we have dignity, okay? We're not going to send some crappy doll or I don't know. So this case is absolutely like mind-boggling to me. Mind-boggling, and I'm really upset for my friend, because I've known her forever, and I bought things from her. I didn't buy a doll from her, but I would buy a doll from her in a second. So so she sells the doll. Okay, so you link the video. So guys, there is a link in a comments. Reborn Doll Collective. She linked that video. You can go to see that live. That's what I'm talking about, guys. When you make a live video, when you describe the doll down to everything, to every detail, you make sure you say all your terms, and then you get a buyer who sends you money at the beginning of the live. You have no saying in the transaction. She didn't ask you one question, and then you send it all, which she claims it's perfect for a few days, and then suddenly you get the chargeback. So you're out of your doll, you're out of the money. How is this okay? And now person demanding she wants to just return the doll, and she is demanding it. Well, hello. So what? So now I go to the store, I buy something, and then I file for a chargeback. I fail to comply with the return policy, and I wait like 4 months. So of course, if I take it back to TJ Maxx, they will tell me, well, hello, you have 14 days or you have 21 days. It's over the period of return time or whatever, or you use the item, you just cannot return the item. So now I go, I file a chargeback just because I'm mad because freaking TJ Maxx is not just, they don't want back those shoes that I used. And I used them for 4 weeks. So what that you're taking the shoes only, I have only 3 weeks to return them. I just didn't have time to go back. Well, it's my problem. It's not TJ Maxx problem. I should have been aware of their return policies. If someone is not accepting returns on used goods, if someone is not accepting returns after a certain period of time, or if someone is not accepting returns whatsoever, don't buy from that person if you do not agree with seller's terms. End of story, guys. Okay, let me see here. Oh my goodness. Guys, you are very active here. Yeah, Shannon says, loves me cerebral babies too. I have done friends and family before. I had no problem at all. And Pixie Mommy Reborn says, yes, no refund for buyer's remorse. If they don't like it, the sculpt or varnish or whatever. Yes, that's not a defect. I don't like when people are trying to manipulate a situation and say that varnish is a defect. Well, hello, if you don't like the varnish, you should have asked before you purchased the doll. I feel very bad for Inez because she has been really stressed. It takes time. Not only she wasted her time on this sale, but now she's out of all of her money plus the chargeback fees because she is charged for the buyer's not charged. Her as a merchant is now charged. So it's a nonsense from the beginning till the end. Christine, I just feel scared. Our rights aren't the same. I paid $450 for a doll and BS setting. Artist disappeared. Kylie Cat. Oh, okay. That's. I don't think you'll let me send. Okay, that's about the sales. For those, okay, Angels to Treasure. For those who sell friends and family, do you do to avoid charges or for other reasons? Well, I think it's for more, yeah, there are certain fees but again, if you want to avoid fees, you can just say, you can choose friends or family, or I'm going to send you an invoice, but you will be covering the fees. I've seen that happen before. It happened to me once, actually, and I chose to pay for goods and services and just to pay the fees. Then there are taxes that you have to pay. If you cross with PayPal, I think it's $8,000 a year or 10,000, is it, ladies? You will be charged. They will ask for your social security number or taxpayers, and you will pay taxes. And then some ladies did it as a protection because we all thought that you cannot lose your money. Your buyer cannot file a claim when they paid friends and family. Friends and family is considered as a gift. But they can, obviously, because they can file a claim with a credit card company now. So we are not protected whatsoever, and I really hope that PayPal will solve this because they started investigate this thing. Okay. I was alive, she hijacked it. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? Okay, here, Pixie Mommy Reborn says, when a buyer trusts to send friends and family, less likely to hassle a seller over things like buyer's remorse etc. That's usually why some sellers prefer. Yes, that's why I think actually it's not even because of the fees. People are just felt safer. They trust their buyer and they did it that way. But obviously now, and that's not the last case, because yesterday I just saw something on Instagram and this has been going on, this new trend. I've seen 2 other people getting chargebacks and being out of merchandise and out of money. So it's the new eBay era is happening here, obviously. And yeah, loves me some Reborn babies. Yes, I was at the live. She hijacked it. Yes, I think Shannon was moderator at the live. So Pixie Mami Reborn says, when I sell a list, friends and family or buyer pays fees. This way my buyers know they do have option to pay through goods for the extra 3%. Yes, that's what I do. The Reborn Doll Collective, Kylie, my clothing sales are mass quantities with multiple buyers, so I need to rely on invoices to keep it organized. Yeah, okay, so that's not that. Catherine Ingalls says, okay, I understand. Like I mentioned before, so far all of the ladies here I would trust. I would do friends and family because I have been following the community for a while. I feel the trust. Oh, that's so sweet, Catherine. Thank you so much. I'm telling you, everyone here that I see, because I'm scrolling, everyone has been around for some time. And all of these ladies, I mean, people have no idea. People just like this person calling Ines. She lied to her and she cheated. She doesn't realize what it is to be out there on a public platform, to have our name out there. People have pride here. Right, guys? Who wants to be pointed the finger and say, oh my gosh, she's the one who sold that ugly doll, or that crazy, awful bugs opening, or bad varnish, or whatever? Nobody. Okay, I want to go back to where did I put it here? So I just want to, guys, I just want to ask, that this is my question. All of you ladies who are collectors now, what is the valid reason for you to be accepting like returns? Even if you don't accept returns, but what would be the valid reason that you would say, yes, I will take the doll back? I want to see that. Okay, they're talking, the money has been deducted. Yes, so that's what I've been saying, guys. Ines is out of the doll and out of the money. And late 2 nights ago, I witnessed her being attacked and her character once again. And I just want to make it clear, guys, just because you did not do as a buyer your research and you filed a chargeback, you are not, that doesn't give you the right to demand something, to demand the seller taking the return. Plus, let's take into consideration this lady had the doll for a month now. We don't know what's going on with the doll. I personally would not take the doll back. There is no way. No, I will not be pushed around. I will not be blackmailed into something that I knew I sold the perfect doll. The lady made a box opening. A lot of us saw that box opening. She's boasting there. She loves the baby. She's happy about the baby. So, and then she changes her mind and tries to push the seller into taking the doll back. It doesn't work that way, guys. Reborn collectors especially are not Walmart stores. And I can guarantee you, I have been collecting, I've bought a lot of dolls all across the world. None of my artists, they take returns. None of them. It must have, they would only take the return if the doll was damaged during the transport. if, I don't know, the vinyl was cracked or maybe the box got wet and the doll got discolored. Sam Reborn says, we're not corporate stores and people get it twisted a lot. Yes, stores, even huge corporations are covered. They have insurance for losses like that. We are not covered like that. First of all, we're already losing the money if we're selling secondhand, and it's by prototype artists like that. This doll in question, this was by a prototype artist, a gorgeous doll, and the seller Inez already went down with the price to start with, and she had the doll what, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Okay, let me see the comments here, guys, because I'm rambling here. I feel like, why this is not okay. Okay, here I see. Damage during shipping on an insured doll. That's the reason that Pixie Mommy Reborns, she mentioned. I agree. That's on my list. If it's damaged. Christine says if damaged. So damage, and then Random Reborn says blatant misrepresentation of the doll, lies about condition and photos hiding flaws. Yes. But then Renee, we have this person who is kind of questioning, she's calling things like varnish a flaw just because it was not a dewy varnish. She didn't ask about varnish at the first place, but you know what I mean? There can be people who are sneaky. Not asking, not making sure to clarify before purchasing a doll that is not exactly 25 bucks here. So if you decide to pay all that amount, guys, you need to make sure you have all the info. If varnish is very important to you, you need to ask about that varnish. And that's why the seller here, a YouTuber, was making that live, so everybody would have the chance to ask their questions. That was the point of the live. I think that's the point of our advertisement here on YouTube and on Instagram. You advertise the doll and you say, ask all the questions, PM me for details, and then we wait and we answer all these questions. We send the pictures. So, but you have to ask. I'm not a mind reader and I'm not a Walmart store. End of story. Brandy Smith says quality damage. Sam's Reborn, oh, that's a tough question. Empty Nest Collector says damage by who though? It can get damaged sometimes during the transport, but I personally have not seen a doll damaged. But I've heard of cases. I'm not going to talk about that because I don't know if that was the truth or not. It wasn't my first-hand experience. Little Reborn Genesis join us as damage through shipping. Kylie Cat changed mine, not bonding damage during shipment as a seller, but the buyer pays return shipping. Okay, so Kylie, would you accept return if somebody changed their mind? I would not. I'm sorry. Wouldn't insurance cover that? Catherine is, okay, that's fine. Okay, I see about the insurance here, guys. Okay, Ines says, for the record, people start to twist things. Though in my situation, yeah, guys, I want to make sure, please, ladies, please pay attention for a second here. That was the question, what would be the valid reason to take the doll back? And people said damaged during the shipment. Now, I want to make clear, we all have seen the box opening and the pictures. The doll in this case was not damaged, guys. There was nothing wrong with the doll. Even the buyer, the lady who filed for a chargeback, she claims that the so-called damage on the doll was the varnish. The doll was, and even though I have to tell you guys, I rewatched it live, and at the minute, I don't know which minute, Inez maybe will put it out there, she says in that live, she made very clear that the doll is matte varnished. It doesn't have a dewy, shiny, newborn varnish. He was matte varnished. This is why, guys, I'm telling you, if you, these lives are here for a purpose. You need to watch the live. You don't send the money within the first 3 seconds without asking the question and then getting undone about it. You need to watch the video. If somebody has a live, participate, ask questions. Inez had a moderator there. She was there. We read comments. Well, I suck at reading comments right now, but I'm talking about her live now. Even ladies who made selling videos which were not live streams, they say, here is my email. Everybody, every video that I've seen till this day, they put their email there. If you have any questions, please ask. Everybody is more than welcome to ask for even the photos. Like, we all have gazillion of pictures that we will gladly send. So, but you need to do it before you pay. You don't pay and then you get the doll and you kind of like the doll, but then again you decide, okay, I kind of don't like the doll. Because quite honestly, what I think what happens, yeah, that's only my guess, but I'm just going to say it here. I just think that the buyer saw the doll for a cheaper price and decided that they could have maybe 1 or 2 dolls for that price of this one, and they just decided they want to return the doll. And of course, if you want to return a doll to a seller who is not accepting returns, what are you gonna say? That the doll was damaged. But what are you going to say the damage was when, if you made a box opening video a few days prior and you loved the doll and you showed the doll to the whole world to see, you cannot claim that the head was bursted within the shipping. So you start pointing out the things that are absolutely not flaws, or it's not the damage, it's just the way the baby was done. And if you waited, if you asked the questions, you would have known that. Okay, here, Reborn Doll Collective, minute 22, 24, 21 and 20 seconds, there it is, guys. You can fast forward. She clearly says that the baby was varnished with a matte varnish, not dewy varnish. And little Reborn Genesis, I saw the box opening, the doll was in perfect condition. Loves me some Reborn babies. I saw the box opening. The lady is not honest. She has buyer's remorse. Christine says her reaction was staged. Needs to be a monotone bingo color. I'm sorry. Pixie Mommy Reborn says in a live claim first dips after the live. That's a good point. And then Ines says, Reborn Doll Collective, she also was claiming, calling the magnet shifting in a mouth. Yeah, guys, now about the magnets. I personally don't use a lot of pacifiers, and most of my dolls have like half open mouth, so they take a modified pacifier without a magnet. But I just have to tell you, I had a lot of dolls, and when I opened them, because I reweighed my dolls or I changed the stuffing after a certain amount of time. I was changing the stuffing just the other day on Lulu because she's over 2 years old and it was kind of getting funky. Her magnet is off the charts. It's behind her chin somewhere. Nobody ever did anything. Magnets shift. If the doll is wrapped in 5 bubble wraps or none, it makes no difference on magnets, guys. Magnets shift. Sometimes I haven't been shipping Lulu anywhere. And her magnet was like funky. I'm telling you, it's in her chin right now. I need to fix it, but it's an easy fix. Most of us, okay. The magnet issue, Angela's Treasure says, the magnet issue was ridiculous. Absolutely agree about that. The Little Man Mitten Reborn Nursery. I've taken a doll back from a buyer that has bought my dolls before. She just couldn't bond with that one and wanted a different sculpt instead. So I painted her a new doll instead. Yes, but see, you are the artist. Now, the seller in this case is not an artist, and she made it very, very clear that she is not accepting any returns unless something happened to the doll, which didn't, okay? Just making it clear for all of you ladies who came later. Pixie Mommy Reborn, most of us here tonight have bought dolls we didn't love right away. We don't make the seller responsible for that. We go and sell the doll. Amen. Exactly. Exactly. I had that happen. Oh my goodness. And I don't even buy all that many dolls. So all of you ladies who are very actively circulating your collections, you must have had cases like that. We've seen that. Or sometimes it's not even that you couldn't bond. You just, you get the doll and then you realize, oh man, like something happens, or you see a better baby or something. You don't contact your artist or your seller saying, I'm sorry, it sucks, but you know what, I want to return the doll. I know you don't take the returns and there's nothing wrong with the doll, but I just don't feel like having the doll in my collection anymore. None of my artists and none of my sellers operate that way, and I would not even pester the seller because it's embarrassing, guys, especially talking about matte varnish or zip ties and calling them damage or shifted magnet. It's not damage, guys. I think we can all agree on that, and I really, really, really wish that this situation would not even happen in this community because it makes me nervous about selling now. CD1 Diana says, the whole thing is ridiculous and trying on the chargeback is simply being fraudulent. Pixie Mommy Reborn says, the magnet thing was ridiculous. That is not a defect. These are handmade artwork. Yes, and plus, I don't know what's going on, guys, if I have weird magnetic fields in my house, but all of my magnets are shifted. All of my magnetized dolls, their magnets shifted. So I don't know, maybe I have just some weird things going on in my house because I don't ship my dolls and they shifted. Reborn Doll Collective Karolinka looks so cute, by the way. Thank you. Look at her. She's sitting there like a president with, oh my God. And I forgot her shoes there, guys. And I forgot I can't even sign, but there is my coffee lady there. I don't know if you can see. Okay. I will be posting the Reborn Doll Collective. Ines says I will be posting box opening on here soon enough. But need to be careful with YouTube copyright policies. Christy says, gotta go, Katie, so sorry, stay you. I love you, girl. Well, have a great night. Thank you so much for staying up all that late. You're just like my mom. She's a night owl. And Tasha says, I'm so scared to sell now. Yes, me too. I'm just kind of like, okay, so will we be only limited to sell like within inner circle? And then people will say, well, you're only selling to each other. Why don't you offer it to general public? So there is a lot of people that I've talked to, a lot of collectors here on YouTube, fellow YouTubers, channel creators, who are now afraid to sell to buyers outside of their inner circle or their circle of friends they've known. And I just, oh my God, I can already see some people talking about cliques. So, ugh. But you know what I mean, guys. I'm talking about collectors who have known each other and who have channels, and we kind of feel safe because we have been watching that channel forever, or the local ladies here in my group I see here, Kylie. So people we know. That's what I mean. Where in the heck am I here? The Little Mitten of Reborn Nursery, I would not take a doll back for buyer's remorse unless it was someone I trust or have dealt with with in the past. Yes, yes, but that's, you have a great customer service as an artist. Uh, but also, I think you would expect, if someone returned the doll, you would expect them to order a new doll from you. You would not just take the doll back just because this person saw the doll from your colleague somewhere or on Facebook and they just decided, you know, screw that, I want that doll. Pardon my language. Pixie Mime Reborn, send her $5 for a new zip tie. Oh my goodness. CD1 Diane, as a newbie and no content, it sucks on this side too. I'd hate to have a seller be wary of me. See, that's, guys, exactly, here is the point. So this whole situation, again, one messed up, rotten apple situation is spoiling it for everyone, because now people don't want to, I personally would love to sell without fear. I have not been, well, I didn't sell all that many dolls, but I've never had issues. But on the other hand, this lady, this buyer, she has been commenting on channels, and I know that some of the ladies here, even in a chat, it's been your watcher, and we have seen her, so she was not completely like new, and she had the channel as well. So you just never know. Okay, where am I? That's what I would do, Tasha. Oh, send her $5. Nothing inside stays put. Totally different, but my dog had to be microchipped because it migrated into her shoulder over time. Things move. It's life. Yes. Oh, really? Okay, now that reminds me that I need to ask my doctor about Charlie's microchip. It's like 10 years old already. Kali and his sweethearts. Hello, Kali. Sam's Reborn dolls, right? Tasha, Christine, love you, Katie, Percy, and Ernie acting out as if it's breakfast. They thought that you just woke up because they have been snoozing. Reborn lover, hello. CD1, I don't blame sellers, but these grifters make me so angry. Unfortunately, this was not a grifter, guys, this lady. At least to me, I have seen her around for quite few months, guys. So this was not like someone random. You know what I mean? And this is, actually, this lady had a reoccurring pattern. She already purchased a doll and then kind of wanted her money back. So this is not a new thing. This is why, and when people, if as a channel creator, you want to be nice, guys. I just want to make this clear. You don't want to just be selective, and you don't want to like act, okay, I'm not going to talk to you because you don't have a channel or you're a new member. We really do try to be open to everyone, but it's, see what I mean? Sometimes it's just probably not to our benefit to just not to go with our gut, I guess. CD1 Reborn Doll Collective says, I'm generally always taking a leap of faith, and this is the first time I've had a problem. So yeah. Reborn Lover 356, hello, hi. Looks like I missed an important chat. We're still chatting here, Kelly. What is, oh, okay. Charlie, no. Emptiness collector, in my experience, you have to build a reputation, and that takes time. Yes, but then I had, guys, I sold some of my dolls to someone who did not have a channel. I think Brandy's still here. I don't think that Brandy's making videos. She has my Gabriel. She loves the Gabriel, and she has been following me on Instagram, and that was a leap of faith, and it worked out fabulously. So you may have 20 cases of a great sale, and then something happens like this, and then it gets you paranoid. Yeah, one rotten apple spoils the bunch, in essence, and it's true. What about asking for references? I have heard Diana Reed asking for this. Well, that's not a bad idea, but I don't know. I've never, like, how would you ask for references? You would ask the buyer or potential buyer to send you the list of other YouTubers they purchased a doll from, because some ladies did not purchase a doll from YouTuber before. Charlie, I can see you slurping on that coffee. Kylie Cat says, if I fall in love with a doll, I do message the owner immediately to say that if they ever decide to sell, I'm interested. Emptiness Collectors agrees. Pixie Mommy Reborn, yes, references. I did it with Shannon. Pixie Mommy Reborn says both ends should get references if you do not know the seller or buyer. And Renee says, Random Reborns, yes, she's been around. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've seen her, and I didn't get any funky vibe. So I would sell to this lady. She has been around for what? For over a year, I think. And she was supporting the channels I have been watching, and she was commenting actively. So who would suspect this? Charles, come here. Okay. Catherine, oh, I'm in trouble. Wife just got home and didn't have dinner and oven yet. Been watching Better Go. Okay, Catherine, go cook. I understand. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really, really appreciate you and your input here. It's been fun. Here are guys saying other Reborn Doll Collective. Other artists they've purchased doll from, not necessarily YouTuber. Oh, Brandy says, still here. Katie Gabriel sends his love. Thank you. Hi. See? So, guys, Brandy is prime example of a good sale to a lady you don't know or a buyer. I haven't seen Brandy before a lot. I've seen her comment here and there, but then she contacted me on Instagram and it was a smooth sale, and she loves the baby. She is amazing, and she even talks to the artist, Gabe's artist. So that was an example of a great sale to someone who you don't know. Sam's Reborn Doll says, I had difficulty wrapping my head around the reputation thing in the beginning, but I completely get it now. You have to protect yourself because it's such a big open door. Exactly. And once the mess starts, sometimes it's just you can't stop it, some people. So you know what I mean, guys. Emptiness Collective, it just sucks that she was around that long. Yeah, yes, that's what I'm saying. This lady was not some random buyer we didn't know. I've seen her. I don't know if you guys, but I know that and I talked to Inez and I talked to Shannon and a few other ladies, and I know that she has been commenting and she was active on certain channels. So that's why I think nobody would expect that from a fellow collector. It's even like more atrocious in my eyes, but okay. Angel Sister, does the person make videos or does she just comment? Well, she was commenting under one channel, and then we learned that she has another channel for her dolls, which that's what I told actually to Inez. I just don't understand why you would be in a doll community commenting with one channel and making doll videos on a completely different channel. Not known, because I was not aware of the channel up until she got the doll, and I went there to cheer on and to see the baby because I was so happy for my friend. She sold the doll, and the lady was so ecstatic. Like, that lady, she completely was all over that live. If you go to that live video, the selling live, she was so happy to get that doll. She was just boasting, saying, "Hi guys, I got the doll. I have been dreaming about the doll from Inez, and I will be posting a box opening." But that was another channel, her second channel. She posted the box opening, but she was absolutely like on cloud nine when she was boasting about her dream doll. So this was just very unexpected situation. Very unexpected situation. All right, I didn't hear. Yeah, because that was she posted. She operates with her dolls on another channel, not on the same channel that she posts the comments on. So that is, I find it kind of funky, but okay. I would think that if I'm in a doll community and I'm going to make a doll videos, I will make it on a channel where I comment on doll channels. So first of all, I would advertise my channel. I would get certain reputation that people would recognize me. And if I buy a doll, I buy it from that channel. It's just like the whole thing is just, I don't understand this. I don't. Okay, where is it? Oh, yeah. Tasha says, Pixie Mommy Ribbons. Yes, the lady has been around. What happened to Inez was so unfortunate. Kylie says that her baby William was a comfort to her last year. She just comments, no videos. Yeah, but Tasha, this lady had a channel with dolls. A different channel, which I didn't know about. I don't know if you guys were aware of the channel. I wasn't. And Renee says, random ribbons. She had some videos in the past, but did not a lot of comments. Did a lot of comments through her personal channel, not her doll channel. Little Mitten Reborn Nursery. I've been watching everyone's videos for a year now. I'm just now making my own videos. I've been trying to leave comments too. This helps everyone to get to know you and trust you. Yes, that's what kind of like common logic tells you. And Loves Me Some Reborn Baby says, yes, it is. Okay, here it is. The Reborn Doll Collective. Everyone needs to know the last year she bought a doll from me and she canceled and asked for a refund before I sent the doll. So I was honestly already wary of her. Yes, that's the case, guys. So this lady, this is not the first time, it's her MO, and I was thinking about it, and when I was talking to Inez, I told her, it just makes me wonder, because this lady really seems very, like, almost qualified in these things. This is not the first time with Inez. I just wonder how many other sellers have been through this, and if we don't talk about this, people, and it's not only this one person, I don't know what her agenda exactly was, but it's no good in my eyes. I'm sorry. And she already pulled this stunt, except when Inez sold her the doll last year, she didn't ship the doll. The lady asked for a refund immediately, like the same day, was it, Inez? Correct me if I'm wrong. So she already did this, and it kind of makes me wonder, like, how many people this happened to. How many others went through this? I told you, yeah, I know you told me this, and Inez was like, oh my gosh, I should have listened to my gut, but I just wanted to give this lady a chance, as I would like to get the chance to every buyer out there, because we don't want to be called, oh, it's just this group of people, they only talk to each other and they only sell to each other. It's not true, guys. I want to make this clear. It's not like, it's not about that. It's about selling very expensive item to someone we don't know. And I really, honestly, who doesn't prefer to sell to someone with a good history, you know, or a friend, channel creator, or a commenter. I have a lot of ladies in the past year who have been coming, like Michelle and Brandy, and oh my gosh, now I'm going to start naming the names and I will completely forget, so I'm not going there, guys. All of the ladies who have been commenting, and I kind of got to know them, so I would feel confident to sell them. So it's not about clicks and selling to certain people. It's not about that. It's about more like a safety, because now these dolls are $1,000. It's a lot of money, guys. Even freaking $300. Who wants to lose that kind of money? Nobody wants to lose money. And if somebody goes knowingly purchasing a doll, not following the rules, paying immediately, and then pulling this credit card chargeback. And what really bugs me, guys, why is this chargeback? This lady, I don't know if she wants to keep the doll. I think she wants to push the seller into changing her rules. And that's not cool. This really resonates very negatively with me, because if I am a seller, I'm selling these expensive pieces and I'm putting out myself out there, I have my rules, and it's the buyer's responsibility to be there to read or listen to my rules before they pay. The second they pay, they are entering a verbal contract. They agree with my terms. So I don't care if you feel like I should take the refund or I should take the return because you want me to take the return. Like, where, on which planet are we living here, guys? As a seller, oh my goodness. Where's my coffee? I'm getting very heated up, so. And I think, with all due respect, what the heck is PayPal doing, and what the heck are these credit card companies are doing? Giving the money back immediately without any investigation, and the money from the seller on top of that, without any investigation. If they are so generous, they should cover it from their own pocket, because they are now creating the precedents, and every person who just decides that they're going to file a chargeback, they will file a chargeback now. Because I already seen 2 more cases on Instagram, and goodness knows how many more we will have. Yeah, oh my goodness, where am I? So, yeah, they're talking, you guys are talking about the PayPal. Child of the King, hi there, I've been scanned before. It's terrifying to sell dolls these days. What happened to Inez is awful and infuriating. The lady is just shameless. I'm very undone, and I just don't understand how can a credit card company or any financial institution immediately refund the buyer without any investigation on their part. Any. And even without demanding the goods to be maybe sent, not even returned to merchant, because if merchant says that they're not accepting the returns, but to them, like, how come they just give those money? And if you go, you see the chargebacks were designed to protect the buyer, but not the people. More and more people are using them for this. Pixie Mommy Reborn says, Ines, I probably would have sold too, because she sent the money so quickly. And here are, okay, loves me some Reborn babies. To exactly, Katie, how many others went through this? Yes, I just see the pattern here from the last year, and the lady just knew how to file. She knew she would be refunded, and she just decides that she's not going to follow the rules of the merchant here, of the seller, and she will just do as she pleases. It's not working this way. And we as private sellers, I'm talking about private sellers and collectors, I'm not talking about artists, we are not equipped to cover the losses like this. We are already losing the money. Okay. And Ines says, I regret giving her a second chance, and she's lucky I didn't put her on a blast last year. Pixie Mommy Reborn says, that's what we get for giving people chances. And then, yes, when we're cautious, we're accused of being snobs. This is a lot of money we're talking about here. Exactly, guys. A lot of money. And even if it was $300, it was not, guys. It was multiples of that amount. And seller already lost the money on that sale. This is just not right. Lila May, I remember Ines talking about this. I feel bad that she had to go through this. Kelly, when I first started, I felt that I would have to put myself out there. I would have to gain other people's trust as well as to get to know people, to be solid in a community. That's true. And Diana agrees with me. Thank you. And Reborn Dog Lefty says, yes, she had my PayPal details from previous sale. Sam's Reborn Dolls. LOL, Tasha, I was naive and kind of thought that for a hot minute too, but I've learned better. Yes, Tasha, Pixie Mommy's Reborns. Yes, we're not breaking anyone's arm to buy from us. We're the opposite. Yeah. And Random Reborn says, exactly. If you want a return policy, buy from someone else. Yes, that's what I'm saying, guys. If I'm going to buy a goods that is so expensive, especially when it's so expensive, because I'm not talking about some nonsense socks for $5 from eBay. This is serious business, guys, here. That's a lot of money. So if I decide that I'm going to spend all this money on this doll that is this and this amount, which is very, very high for a lot of people here, I make sure I know the rules. And if I fail to comply with rules, and if I fail to make sure I know the rules, I will just accept the fact that I messed up and I will learn. How many of us learn this way? It's an expensive way to learn, and we all have been there. I'm sure a lot of us went through sales. When thinking back, we were like, okay, what the heck was I thinking? But it's the part of our learning process in any hobby, in any collecting. Okay, what's happening here? There's a lot of new comments here. Emptiness collector, I tend to do a ton of research on people before I buy from them. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Dolphin. Yes, and there's exactly, it's just you need to pay attention. And I just don't see how not complying with this and not even doing any research or like not doing anything that should be done, how this is seller's fault. I from the seller's point, I don't understand it. Speaking as a buyer. And as a seller, I really want my buyers to know my rules. I think it's beneficial for both sides just to know the rules. And then we can avoid nonsense like this in a community. Hi Jenna, Baby World Reborn. Hi Stacy. Amen, let them pay from their pockets. Reborn Doll Collective, you guys give this video a like. Thank you. Pixie Mommy Reborns. Yes, Sam, I saw your video on that. I love how you speak so honestly and point out your mistakes by learning. I do the exactly same thing. Thank you guys. Thank you, Empty Nester Collector. Pixie Mommy Reborns. I'm guilty of jumping to conclusions myself. And then Sam's Reborns, open mouth, insert foot, LOL, sheesh. I had to kick myself in a booty quite a few times. Well, first 2 years I have slept with my foot in my mouth on YouTube, okay? Constantly, always. Sometimes it happened to me 3 times in a row in one video. So I've been there, guys. Loves me some Reborn babies. Hi, Stacy. Random Reborns. If they're going to cover buyer's remorse, it should be covered under their own insurance, not robbing the seller's pockets. Yes, that's a good point. Exactly. If financial institutions are going to give the money back without any further investigation, and just then to conclude so-called, like, how do I know they're doing something? To me, it pretty much seems that they closed the case. They just, once again, the buyer won. So I agree with that. Emptiness Collector says, it is not the seller's fault by any means. They're just cruddy people out there. Random Ribbons, even booked a custom 3 months out, then things changed and I wish I hadn't halfway through paying the scheduled payments. I never said a word to the artist and I knew it would be on me to sell. Exactly. Exactly. I was just thinking about this case just the other day. I'm sorry, guys, I'm bumping into this. We don't have an earthquake. It's me just kicking my tripod. But yeah, how many people we already had? And sometimes, like, okay, let's be honest here. A lot of customs take forever. Sometimes releasing the kit takes forever. Then there are kits that have been sent back, the vinyl kits, to be redone because there was, or some kits have been delayed because they had some mold or whatnot with vinyl. So sometimes it takes from the day you make a decision and you start your custom and you pay your non-refundable deposit, it can be almost a year. I've known ladies that have been waiting for their dolls for over a year now. A lot of things just change within a year. Let's be honest. We get tired or we're all over, or like we are done with the scalp. It happened to me. I was just by the time I got the baby, I was not feeling the scalp anymore because they have been more detailed ones coming out, or more the scalps that I really liked more. But what was I like now going to call my seller and say, well, you know what, I'm sorry, but I just I'm not feeling the scalp, or I don't like the varnish and I feel it's damaged, or the doll is heavy and I have a slipping disc in my back, so I want a refund because sorry, but I just can't lift my doll. Let's be reasonable here, right, guys? Reborn Doll Collective, making inquiries is not wasting seller's time. Amen. Pixie Mommy reruns, yes. Sam, yes. Katie, foot in mouth. I think we lived that way. Yes, I lived with both of my feet sometimes in my mouth. Just sitting there, just jabbering. And then rewatching it and just hiding my head under the pillow. Brandy Smith says, this woman has ruined her standing in our community. She will never have a successful YouTube channel with that doll or Instagram. Well, I don't know if that was her goal to have a YouTube channel, Brandy, quite honestly. I don't know. Pixie Mime reruns, yes, Renee, you did honest repute. No editing now. Oh my god, I know. I'm just, guys, I'm just sitting here thinking, what have I just said in this live? Just trying to think when we're talking about the food in the mouth. And I'm not going to rewatch this live because I would never probably come back on camera after rewatching this live because I have been ranting and my voice has been like high pitched. This is going to be so embarrassing. Laura's little aunt 17. Hi Kitty, thank you for doing this. I'm fairly new to collecting and this is very informative for me. Thank you so much. I think it's more like ranting at this point, but you are so kind. Thank you so much. I just wanted to bring this up and I just wanted to for people to see the point from Ines's, because you know I just feel this is a huge injustice for all sellers. First of all, for my friend to go through this, and for all sellers out there, because we sell the dolls, all of us. Some of you guys, my friends, all have actively are in the middle of selling some of your babies. So this is not to put anyone on a blast or target anyone. This is just simply to talk about this and just clarify the situation, because I don't want any crazy rumors. And as in essence, especially private collectors. Yes, we're not artists, guys. We're not making money. We are losing money when selling these dolls already. So to be out of the doll and to be out of all that money and nobody's really talking to you. You know how it is calling PayPal. Half of the time you get funky agents who are just saying that like pre-recorded or pre-learned little text. They're no help, and then you have to wait and call a million times to get a manager, and then they will assure you and they will tell you we have 75 days to resolve this. 75 days. I want to point something scripted. Yes, I want to point something out, guys. Okay, most of us are not rich people here, or people with who would have finances with no, my god, how would I say it, like we can spend whatever we want to. No, we all have to kind of sell, or if we want to buy, we usually have to sell, or we save our money for our dolls. So now imagine if you sell the doll and you get paid. So you put that money usually into either your savings for your hobby, or maybe what if you sell the doll because you need the money for a medical bill. Something happens, okay? Something happens, you sell your doll and you get the money, okay? You ship the doll, the buyer is happy, so you take the money and you spend it on your bills. And then suddenly, who keeps all their money on the PayPal designed for your doll hobby? A lot of times we have to sell because we have emergency in our family. We need the money. So if someone like this buyer, they get the doll and they pay you and they wait few days and then they file with a chargeback, they will take the PayPal will take your money, or we Shannon, or we use the funds to buy another doll. They will take your money. Maybe you already spent the money and your account will go into negative. And they will tell you you have 24 hours to replenish the funds, or you will get a collector. They will hunt you like you're a criminal. So I'm telling you guys, the more expensive doll, the more serious reason we usually have for selling. Well, Inez did not have a medical emergency, this particular case, okay? She just wanted to circulate her collection. She didn't need the money like immediately. But okay, I'm just going to tell you directly here. I don't have $1,000 or $1,500 or $2,000 laying in my PayPal waiting for me to be spent on dolls. Okay? No, I don't, because I have other bills and I have my medical bills, and you guys have families, you have children, I don't know, like mortgages, the cars, whatever. Heater breaks one day. You have to get a new heater or heating or air conditioning unit, or your freaking fridge dies. You need that. So you know where I'm going with this, guys? So if you sell the doll, a lot of us sell because we need to sell. Or you see the new baby and you feel like, okay, I'm not going to spend all that money because I feel guilty. I have already a lot of dolls. I'm going to sell some of my dolls or one of my dolls so I could justify spending that kind of money. That's what I do, okay? It's usually I sell not because I really have to sell, but because I feel guilty or I have way too many or whatever. So when I sell this doll, I take the money, I ship the doll, I wait till the buyer gets the baby. Till the buyer gets the baby and for her feedback. So if the buyer is happy and they even post the box opening, then I use my money from the PayPal. Maybe not all of it, but I will use it for the original purpose why I sold the doll. So now my PayPal is half empty again. And then this credit card company decides they're going to cover whatever reason this buyer used, or their buyer's remorse or whatever. They're going to cover it from my pocket, so they take the money. What if I don't have that money there? They will go into my bank. And they will get that money. Maybe in my bank is not completely dry, but in my bank there is a different kind of money meant for my family. I don't want PayPal sticking their long fingers into my bank money that I have designated for paying my bills, because that's why I have my PayPal, for my doll money. So I take this very, very personally, and this like hit the nerve with me, because I know that a lot of my friends had to sell the dolls because they had emergency of any kind. Is your fridge running? You better go check it. Yeah, my fridge is running, guys. But my heater is kind of acting funky, so that's why I brought up appliances into the game. But you know where I'm going? A lot of people are just sole providers in their families because they don't have the spouse, or their spouses are not working. So they are relying on every cent. A lot of ladies are really like, they have a good calculations and they run their budget like by the cent. So suddenly losing a lot of money, let's say $1,000 or $1,200 or $1,500. That's a huge amount of money to lose all at once overnight when you are not warned that you should have that money ready. So then PayPal sticks their fingers into your check account or bank account that is designated for completely other kind of payments, and now the whole balance, whole month is messed up because what the heck is happening? Okay, let me read the comments, because then I need to get a coffee or probably a rabbit shot, because I'm getting all heated up again. Super Lizzie, hi Jen. Katie, it's a great life. Buyers are seriously hurt by her actions, Diana says. Loves me some Reborn babies. Unlimited funds. Yes, like who has unlimited funds? I don't have unlimited funds, guys. Michelle says, Katie, I appreciate this subject. It's important, especially for newbies. If you don't sound like you're ranting. You're just telling you the truth. Well, I am screaming, guys, so I apologize. But when I get really emotional or heated up, I scream with my funky accent. So please bear with me. Jan says, I just got in here, can contribute, much better, I'm listening. Danielle is laughing, fridge dies, oh my god, my donuts. Stop it, guys. Renee says, it's just so unbelievably inconsiderate and unfair. Callie and her sweethearts, I refuse to use PayPal. If I can't pay with the Visa debit or my Visa, I don't buy. Pixie Mime Reborns, I have to sell to buy at this point, and I sometimes sell because my family needs the money for something important. Yes, that is my case as well. That is my case as well. That's how I use my doll money. And if sometimes I can't buy unless I sell. So if I sell the doll and my buyer is happy, obviously, after the box opening, and they say everything is fine, they love my doll, I will use the money for a deposit, or at least the part of the money, because I want that other doll. So if I'm hit with a chargeback a week later, I'm not going to be happy, because I will get negative maybe on my PayPal, or they will take the funds from my bank account, which is absolutely not meant for my doll purchases. And then I will hear my husband ranting. So where does it get me? It's a mess. All around. It's a mess. Your accent is adorable. I'm sorry, guys. Thank you. Oh my goodness, where is that? What Jim Beam? Guys, are you drinking there in that chat room? I'm completely lost here. Give me a second, please. Okay, the Reborn Doll Collective, Tasha, I sell also because my kids needed money for graduation and prom. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Money was spent because there was nothing wrong. And then you get hit few days later, so it goes from your other funds that it was not meant to go from those funds. So it shifts the whole financial balance. It can shift. Oh my goodness, and I keep turning my iPad and oh my goodness, why is this not? I sold my silicone to pay for my daughter graduation trip to Europe. So, uh, yes, Ines, promise super expensive. Shannon says the dress, the hair, makeup, and the flower and the dinner. So yes, Ines. Oh my God, imagine a chargeback on that. Seriously. And the silicone you're talking about, probably. Hi, Gwen. I see. Hello, ladies. Hope you are all well. So yeah, guys, that's why I just really felt obligated to talk about this, because it's not only about us coming here on YouTube and making a rant videos. I nobody likes to make those videos. And I think most of us have been just trying to be quiet for various reasons, because for myself, I'm going to talk. I really want to come here and I want to enjoy myself. But when I see a nonsense like that, and now the money is lost, that's a lot of money, guys. Also, I wanted to ask about your opinion about the empty boxes. So many people, I've heard these cases when they said that they received an empty box and they were refunded. So now there's another thing so hard to prove. So this is really like, I really wish people would be like, when you're going to do something like that, when you're going to pull a nonsense like that on a super expensive doll, the more expensive doll is, the more drastic or more crazy impact it has on your bank and on your financial balance in your family, because obviously that money had to be taken from somewhere. And if it's not in your PayPal, they will take it from your bank. And if you don't have the money, you will go into negative. You will be hit by fees. And if you don't replenish those fees, you will get some. Plus, you have to cover the chargeback fees, not the buyer. The seller has to cover them. So how, without any investigation, anything? Now it is, investigation is ongoing, of course, but I'm just saying the buyer was refunded immediately. So she has the money, she has the goods. I don't care that she claims that she wants to return the doll. It's not. It's against the rules. The seller said, I'm not accepting the returns. That was original terms. It was very clear. I'm not even going into that, because a lot of people, they were asking why is not doll taken back, because it was the clear rules. I am the seller, and try to go to TJ Maxx and to return something and say, well, I don't care about your rules. I'm just going to file a chargeback. But except the TJ Maxx is covered as a corporation. They have certain policies and they have insurance against losses like this. Private collector, we don't. So just, I think people need to think about this. Like, these chargebacks, they go into family budget, can go, not in this case, at least I'm not aware of that, but a lot of people I know, myself included, when I sell, I usually have a serious reason why I'm going to sell. If you can a new doll, call a serious reason, guys, okay? But you know what I mean. Okay, sorry, but this is not about shaming, but more of educating. Somebody said that this was about shaming. Who said that? I need to see. Elephants and unicorns are saying hi, hi Katie, hi. Charlie says hi to his auntie there. Um, loves me some reborn babies too. I didn't know you had to cover the chargeback fees too. Gwen Bergman says, I feel so bad for her. The gal is off her rocker. Her issues are totally invalid. You can see the zip tie, and she clearly stated in the video that the doll had a texture finish. So there we go again. Everything was clear. If something was not mentioned in a video and the doll was missing something that was not clearly mentioned, that would be completely different case here. Everything was mentioned, so that's why so many people are just not happy about this. And I, as a seller, I am now like stressed out to sell. A Reborn Doll Collective says many people say it all the time, they sell to buy, so it is a serious reason. No, nobody said that, so okay. They wanted us to say her name on here, and I'm not okay with that. Okay, yeah, no, everything has their order. There is an investigation going on, so this is not about just pointing the finger at a certain person and saying, you know, her name and everything. This is more like awareness and discussing what kind of impact this can have on not only on your like emotions here and the trust and the community, but also on a budget, because that chargeback, that money that was taken had to be taken from somewhere, and it was taken from seller's pocket. It was not covered by credit card company. It was covered from the seller's pocket. So, no doll, no money. Pixie Mami Reborn's texture finish is not a defect either. Most of our dolls are textured. Yes, I just want to say something. I just packed my Julian, and he is leaving. I know a lot of you. I thought I said it at the beginning, but we have new ladies that joined. I am sending Julian to get a matte varnish because I can't deal with shine of any kind. Dewy little newborn shine is adorable. I know that a lot of artists are using it, but I just can't deal with it. And most of people who are handling their dolls on, oh my gosh, like we are handling our dolls a lot, okay, here on YouTube, and we take a lot of pictures, and it's just we want the dolls to be protected, so it's extra protection. It's nice, it protects the paint, and it's not shiny, the pictures are better. It's just all overall I really prefer matte varnish. I'm not talking about ugly weird sandpaper thing kind of varnish. I'm talking about a professional matte varnish that was used on that doll, because the artist obviously is a prototype artist. She's not going to varnish the doll the ugly way, right? Okay. I loves me some Reborn baby says yes, and I prefer it that way, Tasha. They last longer with textured finish, right? Gwen says, I agree, Tasha. She was claiming she didn't know about it, but it was stated in a sale video that it had textured finish. So she is just making it up. Oh, and my stomach is grumbling. Many top artists use dewy skin now. I know, Angel's Treasure says. Yes, I know. And, well, actually, I don't know what was used on my Julian. I don't think it was dewy. I just think that he got, maybe I spray conditioner on him. I don't remember. I'm super, super diligent about not spraying anything on my dolls. Even when I put conditioner on a brush, I put it, well, even if I want to condition the hair, I put it on a brush. I don't spray it directly on head, not even the water. But he has the shine spots. He does, and I don't think it's dewy actually on him. So I just want to make sure that his paint is protected. Ashley Martin, varnish is my first and foremost question when buying a doll. Pixie Mommy Reborn, yes, Gwen, that was so great you pointed out because it could help Ines with the case since the one of the things the woman is using, yes, emptiness got the ugly way. Well, Reborn Doll Collective, Severin Pure uses dewy skin and I hate it, true story, but I adore her painting, so I put up with it. Yeah, well, look, Severin's painting is, I could spot Severin's doll from a mile away. It's one of those, oh my gosh, I love her painting and I love her little hairy babies. Oh my goodness, your Pamela is to die for. And you can always pay to get them matte varnished. Most of people, they don't complain. They just send the doll and they pay for the shipping and they pay the local artist or a friend artist within the US. They pay to get them varnished. Or in UK, like in Europe, you know what I mean, guys? We pay for these services. And this lady was complaining about something that she didn't have to pay for and it was already there. So I just don't understand this. Gwen says, I really thought one way we could protect ourselves as sellers was friends and family, but I guess not. No protection for us makes me worried to sell dolls. And Shannon and Danielle are discussing varnish still. Angels to Treasure. Irina doesn't do heavy matte either, nor does Alexa Cowell. Yeah, mine neither. While my Catherine has a nice matte varnish, and my Julian, he doesn't. And Pixie Mommy Reborn, Stasha says, hi Ashley, yep, if you have a strong preference either way on varnish, then ask before you buy because it can vary. Exactly. And here we go back to the main point. We all say, ask, ask, ask. You just can't assume a doll has a certain finish. That's ridiculous. If it matters to you, then ask. Exactly. My pet peeve is hair, guys. When I buy the doll, I always ask for close-up of rooting and hairline, especially in front face, around the face, because I am, oh my word. Like, okay, now I'm going to talk about me a little bit. I don't care about how the dolls are weighted. I re-weight all of my dolls. I like matte varnish. I don't like anything shiny on my dolls because when I take pictures, I shine my light day bulb on them and all that nonsense, and it can look shiny on the pictures. I change my dolls a lot. That means I handle them. I try to keep my hands not oily and everything, but I do touch them. They get rubbed by clothing, all this. So the better varnish, the better protection. But if the doll does not come with that varnish that I like, but it's painted gorgeously, the hair is amazing, and it weighs like 1 pound, not even 1 pound, I don't care. If it doesn't come with anything, I don't care because I got a great doll for a fair price, and I have tons of friends, of artists to whom I can message and say, look, I don't like the varnish. I messaged Susie and she has been a doll and she said just send him over, so she's going to do it for me. But there is millions, even if you don't have like very immediate friend who is an artist, there is millions of, like, there is dozens and dozens of great artists out there that we all follow on Instagram, and I am pretty sure someone would help to get that varnish done. So, and my husband is back downstairs yelling on a phone. So yesterday he was sneezing, today he's not blending because I locked his blender away, so now he's yelling. So please excuse that. Remember Inez, Gianna's Baby World Reborn says, remember Inez, my Sophia Grace I bought from you had a dewy finish. I could handle it for some reason with her type of scalp, I suppose. That's how the artist painted her. Kylie says, I like the textured finish, but it's not a deal breaker. Reborn Doll Collective says, Cynthia, did they send you a tracking number? Also, the reason the buyer in situation got her money back because she paid with a credit card and the credit card company issued chargeback. Yes, not a PayPal. Because obviously at friends and family, we all thought if you pay with friends and family, that way it's considered a gift by PayPal, and this cannot be happening, and it is because if you pay with credit card, and this seems like a 101 on how to do scams now and chargebacks, my video here. So, Ashley says, Ashley Martin, I would only take the doll back if the buyer could prove an issue with the doll that I wasn't aware of, or I didn't disclose something properly, and the buyer was sincerely misguided. Yes, yes, absolutely. Well, I think we all can agree with that. But of course, everybody or most of the people I know would stand behind their mistake. I would certainly, but uh, the buyer in this case is claiming things that you can clearly see are not issue, because if you watch the selling live, and Ines put that link, Ines, sweetie, can you please put one more time that link so all new ladies who just came here could watch that thing? So because in that live she clearly clarifies all these issues that have been mentioned as a problem. Currently, I can hear the hubby. Yeah, well, he's off the phone now. Hopefully, he will stay off the phone. And Ina says, my Denver Rose and Scarlet have a dewy finish. Thank you. Thank you. So, guys, all the ladies who came later here were discussing the fraudulent chargeback on a recent sale from one of our friends and YouTube creators, Inez, the Reborn Doll Collective. She just posted a link to her selling live video. If you watch the whole live, you will see everything was mentioned, and still yet she's out of the doll and out of the money. So that's what we're discussing here. And Kelly is leaving. Have a good evening, ladies. My eyes are getting tired and a little sore. They're getting better since I lost my vision last. My vision returning slowly. Oh, that's great news. Well, Kelly, thank you so much for stopping by, and get some rest. I appreciate you being here and spending time with all of us. Random Reborn, Amazon Prime and Costco have spoiled everyone. And Emptiness Collector, I can't get it to work. The link won't work. How come? Well, I think Ines will repost it again. I got it to work. So Kylie, it's working for Kylie, so I don't know if it's a glitch or something. But on Ines's channel, if you scroll down, you will see a Reborn doll for sale, and there will be a JC's live sale video. So there is nothing shady going on here from the seller's point. Everything is in there. Everything was clearly mentioned. There was no shady nonsense going on, and a lot of us could see a box opening video from the buyer's side on her channel, and she was happy with the doll. So that's why we're discussing this, why this chargeback happened few days afterwards. I just want to make clear this is not an any bashing video. I don't want to see anyone twisting this into something that it's not. I'm just purely, we are discussing why is this happening. And Sam is cooking, and I'm hungry now when you mentioned the food. Oh my word. So yes, it's on Ines's channel. it's a JC live video, it's a sale video. She wasn't selling any other dolls, just that one doll. So anyone who would be in doubt, you can go and see that the first one works in as I just went on it. So yeah, Tasha tested the first one and it's working. So Gwen Bergman, so Katie, any ideas on how we as sellers protect ourselves from having this happen when selling a doll secondhand? Gwen, I really wish I could say I would have any recipe on a safe sale. At this point, I honestly don't know. The best thing is to sell someone you know. But then, how many of your friends are ready to buy exactly the moment you are ready to sell? I had, even with my closest friends, they loved my baby and everything, and the same way with me. I loved certain babies, but when they were selling them, I was out of money just at that moment. So, the Reborn Doll Collective, it says contracts maybe or sell to someone you know. We're all selling and buying in good faith. I just don't think there is any way to protect ourselves from chargebacks. I was doing a little bit like reading about it, and you just can't go against corporations and against financial institutions like credit card companies. I was always under impression that when you do transactions with PayPal or under PayPal, you are protected somehow. So unless they conclude in their 75-day investigation that you were as a seller at fault, they would cover it with your money. But this buyer was refunded with seller's money before any investigation, any serious investigation took place. And then when you call PayPal, they will tell you, well, I'm so sorry this happened, but you are as a seller protected. We are investigating, but well, hello, what kind of protection is this? You already took all my money and I don't have the goods, and I don't have, even if the buyer says that they returned the doll, how am I, even if the seller agreed, which is not the point. You cannot force anyone to agree to your terms as a buyer after the fact when they paid. So I just don't see PayPal's actions as a protection of the seller, because they took the money and they said they have officially 75 days to investigate. The seller and the buyer, well, buyer not now, because now credit card company is working for buyer, but the seller has had certain period of time to give them the evidence they feel it's important for the case to submit it. And so there was supposed to be 75 days, and seller is out of the money, but the buyer already got the money. So what? So if this investigation shows that the buyer was at fault, like, are they going to take their money again? Like, what circus is this? Like, give me the money and refund me my money, and take the money and refund me the money. I find this, this is absolutely, utterly ridiculous to me. This money should have been at least, like, okay, frozen, and then should have been investigation, but not refunded and taken, and like, what's going on there? Okay, let me read here. Reborn Doll Collective. I read about a case when a buyer did a chargeback before that even received the item. The seller filed a police report, which seems that this is where it's going for me. So that's the way, I guess. Random Reborns, Renee says, PayPal is going to side with the credit company's decision. Yeah, unfortunately, happened to me as an eBay seller twice in 14 years. But I have to say that I did not win a single case. And I had the similar situation going when I sold a little doggy set. It was a Juicy Couture dog set. It was not cheap, okay? And it was years ago, and that was my income back then. And the lady was begging me to lower the price on the listing. So I lowered the price reluctantly. I was charged the fees. I didn't make a lot of money on that at whatsoever. She receives the item. She sends me the message through eBay system, guys, okay? She was happy with the item. She thanked me. She left me a positive feedback, and then 58 days, because you have 60 days to file a claim and a chargeback. I think it was back then. I know it was 60 days. 58 days later, she files. They take my money, and she claimed that it was unauthorized transaction. And I provided all the proof, all her messages, guys, asking me for lowering the price of the item and thanking me and leaving me the positive feedback, and I still lost. I lost the case. So when people usually say that sellers are scammers, and I'm starting to be really allergic when people say I'm so scared to buy from eBay because these sellers are scammers. Honestly, in so many years selling, I was never scammed by a seller. I had some issues here and there, but you know, if you're spending all that money, you usually do your research. So I was never scammed. It's usually people, buyers, who are trying to pull these funky tricks. And I must agree, yes, I've never won the case with PayPal, with credit card company. Sadly, Pixie Mime Reborn says, sadly, what happened to Inez here will give dishonest people the impression they can get away with it, so everyone is scared. Yes, this just created a precedent for all future scams. And I'm telling you guys, in the past week, I've seen 2 other people talking about something about chargebacks on Instagram. I'm not going to talk about those cases because I'm not familiar. I don't know what happened there. But I'm just saying. Loves me some Reborn babies. Sharon says, I agree with you, Tasha, which is very sad. And Kylie says, have a tracking number, have a contract. Loves me some Reborn babies. Too says, makes you not want to sell at all. Yes, I really, now I don't know. So, so now Shannon has a excuse to be back to where she started, to be a reborn baby hoarder. By the way, Shannon, congratulations on your new baby girl. I know that she came today. Emptiness collector, same, Shannon. Where am I? Tasha says, oh my goodness gracious, that's not what Tasha says. That's me just complaining about my niece, guys. So Tasha says, Pixie Mime Reborn, it's good. It's all being brought to light, though. This is a good thing because people will know that if they do something dishonest like this, no one will ever deal with them again. Yeah, I agree. A Little Mitten Reborn Nursery. Did the police report help? I don't think that she already filed the police report. I don't know where Inez is. No. Yeah, she's here. Lake release. I didn't know PayPal could do that. Very scary, but sad for all of us who are new to this community and would jump at a chance to buy your babies. Emptiness Collector says, sellers on eBay have been great. I have bought for 11 years. Yeah, I've never had issue with sellers on eBay. Everybody was really open to communication, to resolve any issues. So Gwen Bergman, I'm not so worried about buying because of the protection, but selling seems no protection for a seller. And it's been going on, guys. It started with eBay and their nonsense policies. And they keep raising the fees, and they keep these demands. Now, eBay, let's remember, guys, eBay started as a garage sale for small private sellers to sell their merchandise, not for corporations. And a lot of people were kind of getting rid of their stuff or downsizing or the whatnot. And now these huge corporations, just like Amazon, Target, they're all over the place and they're setting up these rules for everyone. So basically all of my favorite stores on eBay are closed by now, because it makes you cannot just offer returns for 120 days. There is just no way. I stopped accepting returns, guys, because I was selling vintage gowns, and I sold few wedding dresses, and I had two instances when people bought the wedding dress, which was vintage. It was a gorgeous, gorgeous gown with embroidered with pearls, and they sent me these. They filed a claim, and they said they wanted to return the item after like a week or two, and they sent the used vintage gown. The vintage gown was worn. All of my gowns have been dry cleaned or professionally cleaned, and I found lipstick, it smelled perfume. So she basically got married in my dress, and then she decided like what she's going to do with the dress, so she returned it. I'm not the store. Same with Ines, we're not stores. Same with every private collector and even the artists. We are not the stores. Therefore, 99% of people here are not accepting returns unless there is something very seriously wrong with the doll. That means a real damage, not in this case, I'm just saying generally. Or like when the seller is really openly lying about condition and the doll comes and it's messed up, it's not the same doll, or it's horrendous, or it's missing body parts. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just getting ahead of myself, but let me read here. Ashley says, I haven't even asked for a return, but one time from a sale on eBay, the doll came reeking of cigarette smoke. I was so devastated. Even the zip ties were stained yellow from nicotine exposure. Yeah, well, yes, that's a problem, especially for people who do not smoke. I can't stand smells, funky smells. I'm very about smells. So this would be a big issue for me. There are more seller scammers on Facebook. Yes. Now, buying on Facebook, I'm not going into that because I bought from Facebook, but not from groups. I buy directly from artists. I am wary of all these selling groups and even the safety pictures. I don't know. That's something I've never ventured that direction, buying from like private collectors on Facebook, so I don't know. And Ashley Martin says, if I don't like the scalp that I received in person, then I sell the doll on to someone who loves the doll. I don't bother the seller. Yes, because it's just, we're not responsible for buyer's remorse. I'm very sorry. I wish I could cover. I'm not saying that I wish I couldn't. I would love to be responsible, and I would love to be a mind reader of my buyers, because certainly I would be a huge corporation by now. Unfortunately, I cannot read the minds. I don't know what you like. I don't know what you don't like. I don't know what your husband likes or your wife likes. So it's up to you to make sure you know what you like. And if you are learning, unfortunately, maybe you should start buying the dolls that are not all that expensive, so you have the financial space to make mistakes, because we all make mistakes in this hobby. Goodness gracious, how many how many mistakes we all have made, how many dolls we bought and then we regret it, or we overpaid. Okay, like how many dolls I overpaid, and then I felt that was not the best move. But we really need to be honest here, and this buyer needs to be honest with herself. Okay, where are we? Kylie's cigarette smoke is the worst. Pixie My Rebound, cigarette smoke can do a lot of damage. It's disgusting to most people. That should absolutely be the seller's responsibility to disclose. That's damage, in my opinion. Yes, I agree. I do agree. That's You can wash the body on the doll, but the vinyl is ruined, Kylie says. A little bit in the Reborn agrees about cigarette smoke should be always be disclosed. Some people are even allergic to it. It's almost impossible to get that smell out. Pixie Mom is Reborn. So Kylie Cat, if you were to sell, you can disclose pet friendly. I do that because I do have pets. They are kept apart from my dolls, but I feel good forbid someone has serious allergies. Well, now, guys, Charlie wants to say something. He says, I'm a baby, so am I considered to be a pet? I don't shed. I'm just kidding, guys, here. The Reborn Doll Collective, I saw one case when the seller photoshopped the safety picture and the buyer bought it and everyone could tell the safety picture was funny. Yes, that's the problem with safety pictures here. Right there. Same if you have pets. This little mitten Reborn Nursery, yes, the groups on Facebook you need to be very careful with. Bothers me on clothing. Yeah, so yeah, I think the general consensus is here. Well, Kylie is answering you, Charlie. I don't think my baby knows that she is a cat. So yeah, so it's up to us mommies to disclose it. But I think well, all of my buyers, they were watching my channel, except of one lady who bought my melon, and my melon was sold on eBay. She went to Germany to a private collector, but she knew about Charlie. Charlie is a Maltese. He doesn't shed. I am highly allergic, especially to kitties, but I don't sneeze like at all. I don't have any issues with Charlie, but I do disclose that I have a dog. I'm sorry, Charlie, don't listen. But cigarette smoke, that is a big, definitely. Just like chipping paint, just like broken hair on the back of, I don't know what else I would consider. Maybe missing eyelashes. I've seen that, just broken off eyelashes. So there are things I think we all know what we should say. Every lady out there here in chat that I see. Child looks around. You have a dog? Yes. Yes, yeah, he doesn't consider himself to be a dog. So ladies, I think we have been on for, oh my goodness gracious, for 2 hours now. I think everybody's just exhausted here. Emptiness Collector says, then Katie, you don't react to my kitties on me or my kitties either, do you? No, I don't, Kylie. No, I really need to be like in near proximity or like hold the cat. And I love kitties. I hold my friend's cats. I always sneeze like heck. But no, I don't have issues with hair. Honestly, I would just not consider the hair to be a problem. I would not even complain about animal hair. Because as the cigarette smoke or other funky scents like mold, don't get going on mold and black stuff inside of the doll. That's ugliness. That's awful. I've seen weirdest things inside of the dolls. Not my dolls, but some of the cases I've seen on YouTube, and even my friend who has been fixing the dolls, the other artists' dolls or older dolls, the weirdness the people put inside of the dolls. So that's a like serious matter. Katie, you must be so thirsty. I am, girl. Goodness, look at that. My mouth is parched. Let me have a sip, guys. Oh my lord. So we have been here sitting and jabbering. I have been screaming right into your ear, you poor things. I just adore all of you. I want to thank you for being here, guys. I think we will wrap this up. Where is my moderator? Ines, poor thing, where are you? Some people swear they are so allergic to cats that they can't be around the cat owner. I simply don't tell them that I have cats. They don't have a reaction. Yeah, no, I don't react to people when they're like they have cats or any other people. I don't, and I have really like bad allergies. So, and that is ew, mold, yuck, mold, smoke, anything nasty smelling is damage. Yes. Oh yes, a little fungi growing inside of the torso, definitely damage here. There is Inez. Where have you been? Girl, emptiness collector, lol, little mitten river nursery, great chat, very informative. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here, guys. Emptiness has issues with hair. Everyone knows I have a long-haired dachshund. Baby Thurston loves me some reborn babies too. She is tired. Shannon's there, and Tasha's there still. Pixie Mammers Reborns. Thank you so much, Katie. You're a fantastic host, much better than I did. No, girl, are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. I apologize, guys, if I haven't seen some of your comments. I really am doing my best. I want to thank you all for being here. I want to thank Inez, my fabulous moderator, for keeping up with my rambling, to keeping it on track and on topic. What's going on with lint, guys? How did we get into the lint right now? Yes, I have one in everywhere. Oh, because of the hair. Okay, I get it. Yes, lint brush, agreed. Diana says, Tasha, you also have great lives. Yes, girl. Lives are a lot of work to keep up. Are you kidding? You did fabulous. Thank you so much. Thank you, my love. Thank you, Inez, again. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, Kylie. Emptiness Reborn Collector. There is Stacy. Good night. Love Carolinka. Thank you. Thank you, Renee. Theresa Allison just tuning in. Oh, Theresa, we are just wrapping this up because I'm losing my voice and everybody is half deaf from me screaming right into their ear. Sam's, oh, there is Sam. Very good live, Katie. Lots of good insight from everyone. So enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Sam. I really appreciate, girl, you being here. Good night, everyone. Well, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. I love you. I am all over the place again. I'm leaving. Women, my darlings, I adore all of you. Thank you so much for all of your input, for supporting my channel, for listening to my ramblings for 2 hours, my funky grammar, my crazy accent, my, oh my goodness, I'm so glad I'm behind the camera and you cannot see my molars right now when I open my mouth. So I'm gone, guys. I love you. I will see you next time, and I am going to catch up on all the videos from today that I missed. I love you guys. Bye. And thank you so much. Now, as a beauty queen, I'm saying goodbye, waving to all of you guys. Bye. Just kidding. Okay, bye. And how the heck did I turn this off, guys? Oh my lord. Ines, you need to come over from California to turn this live off for me, okay? Because this is just ridiculous. Okay, stop streaming. Okay, love you guys. I found out, Dumbo Katie found out how to turn